everybody. Today I decided to make a video of the HATSAN 125 sniper with a nitro piston. I ordered this from Pyramid Air. It arrived about 3 or 4 days ago. The nitro piston is it's a really cool invention. Very smooth. It doesn't have that funny twang at the end. I wouldn't say super like quiet or anything, but it functions a lot smoother than a spring, I would say, in my opinion. The air rifle got shipped with the original spring on the box also. In case anything happened further down the road, at least you've got the original spring. What's cool about Pyramid Air installing the nitro piston is that basically you got your gun checked out for free, so they're going to ship it to you in good condition and everything functioning. So that's that's definitely a plus. And working with Pyramid Air, those guys, anything you order from them, that's just a breeze. That's a snap. So I was very happy with the whole process with them. Now the rifle got shipped with a plastic bipod. We all know that it has its function, but it ain't the greatest thing. It's just a piece of plastic. The scope that got sent with the rifle also, it comes with their package deal. It's a decent scope. It's a 3 to 9 by 40, but it's just it's just an adequate enough scope for an air rifle, I would say. But you can always do better, and that's what I did. I went bought a scope from Walmart. It's a center point. It has MulDOT, illuminated reticle. The most important thing is it's got more magnification. It's got 4 to 16 power, and it has the AO up front, which is priceless. You definitely need an AO for an air rifle. So that makes this package a lot more accurate. The cool thing about the scope at Walmart, or buying the center point from Walmart, is that it comes with everything. It comes with the rings, and it comes with the dust caps. So all you have to do is install it. So that's nice. The rifle itself, fit and finish, is great. There's nothing wrong with the fit and finish. These guys make a real great, awesome air rifle. I've got an RWS, and really there's really no difference in fit and finish for me. I think the quality is exactly it's up there. The cool thing about this rifle, it comes with the adjustable cheek piece, which man, I like that, because it feels just right when you adjust it. What's awesome about this rifle also, it comes with a quattro trigger, and setting that is also a snap. That's really good. It makes it shoot more accurate, a little easier, if you know what I mean. It's really tough to shoot accurately with a really tough trigger, so that makes it a lot better. And this rifle is a 25 caliber. I wanted something with some punch, and this definitely has a lot of wallop. Now the only thing I didn't like too much was the sling. It rattles a lot, but it's still a cool sling. I like it's not that bad. But I might change it if I go hunting. I did shoot some targets. I used JSBs, and I used Predator Polymags, because in other reviews and people that have got the same gun, they suggest that those pellets work best in this air rifle. So that's what I decided to use. Also decided to use Cro Magnums, just for giggles, and see what happens with that. No, I didn't do any chrony testing and stuff like that. People that do the chrony testing and stuff, that's really great. I enjoy that stuff, especially watching their videos, because they're so much better at it than I am. And I'm not. I don't have the complete setup, and also that stuff. It doesn't really drive me as much. I love putting holes in cans and pieces of wood and stuff like that, because when I was a kid, that's how I could tell when our air rifle had penetration or had power. was shooting cans and pieces of wood and seeing how deep it would go in. That was my thing. So we'll start off with the targets. I started shooting the targets at 25 yards. I figured 25 yards is kind of a medium. It's not too far, not too close. So the first group that I did was a JSB Exact. These are a 25.4 grain. You can say they group pretty decent. Three quarters of an inch at 25 yards. That's respectable. The Predators, they make nice clean holes. That's what I like about the Predators. They also grouped about the same 3/4 inch at 25 yards. Really respectable for an air rifle, especially a Magnum air rifle. The Crow Magnums, they tend to fly around a bit more. They did produce, a 3-shot group. That's really small. I wish it could always shoot like that, but unfortunately it doesn't. The other thing is, this rifle, I just got this rifle 3 or 4 days ago, so it's still probably dieseling and burning up some of the oils in the barrel and the chambers and stuff. So accuracy is probably going to get better, the more pellets I shoot through it. And plus, that's out of the box. I didn't even clean it. I didn't even clean the barrel. I just put pellets through it and started shooting. So, I'm sure accuracy can be improved somewhat, but look at that. That's great accuracy. Well, this one here, then what I did is I started shooting at 50 yards because I figured 50 yards is probably the maximum distance I would want to hunt with this rifle. So I did here's the JSBs. They do a very nice group out to 50 yards. To me, that's pretty decent. I'd definitely take a rabbit with that. Here's the Predator Polymags. They did also a pretty decent group. 2 3/4 inch, both of them, the JSBs and the Predator Polymags do 2 3/4 inch groups. I tried the Crow Magnums. I had to use the mill dots to adjust up a little bit, and because they were really starting to fall off the paper. And they did run about the same 2 3/4 inches, but if you notice, they're starting to tumble, and I don't like it when pellets tumble because they lose their for one, they lose their accuracy, and they lose their penetration ability, also their expansion ability. So that's not a really good thing. Since the Crow Magnums were tumbling at 50 yards, and they were kind of tumbling at 25, you could see them starting to tumble at 25. I decided to back down to 20 just to see, if I could still see some tumbling. And they cut the paper a lot better at 20 yards, but I could still see a little bit of tumbling. So I'd probably use the Crow Magnums out to 20 yards, but I probably would, I wouldn't shoot further than 20 yards with them. Here's a 3/4 inch piece of plank that I shot. I think it's pine. I shot this at 25 yards, and man, those pellets, they just blow straight through them. It's pretty powerful. It does a lot of damage. So you really need to be conscious of your stop. Make sure you got a good backstop that can stop these pellets, or else you might be in for a little bit of trouble, and that's not a good thing. I love shooting paint cans. Paint cans are just hard enough and just soft enough, to let you know what's happening. I was shooting at this at 50 yards. The JSBs and the Polymags, and nice clean holes up front and nice clean holes at the back, and they blew straight through the can. A lot of times, some of the other springers, they don't do that at 50 yards. I know my 177, well, it won't do that at 50 yards. Which is another thing. That's why I wanted the 25 caliber. It's got a lot more punch at the end. Might be slower, but when it gets there, it does its job. So that's what I wanted it for. The Crow Magnums, they were flying all over. That was a bit of a that wasn't straight on. That was a little bit of a on the side. So I tried to get a dead-on shot again. That just kind of. But I went through the first layer. That's great. There I hit the handle, so that just split the pellet into bits. Eventually I did hit it dead on, but you can see where it started tearing the can. So on the back end, it just lost all its power. And on the inside, I actually found the pellets from the Cro-Magnon that are rattling around in there. And you can tell from the pellets that this thing is just tumbling big time. I mean, it basically goes sideways into the can. I mean, there's the front of the pellet and there's the skirt of the pellet. If you look at the other side, it's pretty much in good shape. That's because the pellet just went, slammed it sideways. That's why it loses all its penetration, Here's another one, kind of off, not dead on. So, that's why when pellets start tumbling, you might as well stop using them because it doesn't work then. It doesn't do its job. Like I said, the nitro piston is definitely the way to go. That's a huge improvement over a normal spring, I would say. So if you're in the market for a spring air gun or a gas spring, definitely consider the nitro piston. As far as I know, it's only Pyramid Air that's doing the conversion, and luckily they are. Somebody is, because man, that for me really makes this gun a lot more enjoyable. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with the spring gun. A lot of guys have got it, and it does the same thing. It's just a little quieter and maybe a lot more smoother with the nitro piston, and I enjoy it like that. But one thing in my opinion, I'd definitely get this in nothing less than a 22, or a 22 or 25 caliber. For me, the 177 is great. It's a great caliber, but man, these guns are Magnum air rifles, and they, I would definitely use this for hunting. This is a much, it's got the weight, it's got the power. So do it some justice. Get yourself a 22 or a 25 caliber. But if you do decide to get the 177 or the 17 caliber, still you're going to be very happy with it. But I definitely enjoy the bigger caliber. It's got a lot of punch. It really does its job. And well, I hope you enjoy your gunning, and I hope you get one of these things soon. And if you do, take a couple of targets, go out to the woods, and shoot them full of holes.